Greetings, brothers, sisters, friends, and foes. This is Bill from Agape on the Streets. I actually told you I was going to get back to you yesterday with details of what's going on in my life right now. But I've just been so overwhelmed. It's a big slug in the head. It really is. So let me go back a little bit for those of you who don't know me real well. I was married when I was pretty young. It lasted only for a couple years. My ex-wife went serious bipolar, had a bipolar issue, and unfortunately that created a lot of problems, especially on the small island community where we lived, where we had a parade at one point, and she jumped out of a window with hardly anything on. The kids were seeing this, so there was a order from a judge that I had to basically take the kids out of the house where she was. I had to move. I already had a place because I was working at a radio station, so she had her place down in town, and I had the place up there. And I took the kids. They said the state would take them away if I didn't take them. And then somewhere in there, it went back to joint custody. But I don't ever remember her having full custody. And I gotta say, my brain, that whole thing is it's just very cloudy, because I think I just blocked a lot of it out. But I do remember just going through a lot of battles with that girl. And unfortunately, the kids got very hurt. We don't really talk anymore. But somewhere in this, she went and collected child support. And they got a hold of me quite a ways back, and I explained to them, I says, no, I had full custody. I think there might have been some joint custody, but I don't see any place where she was set to collect child support, and I was taking care of the kids all the time. So I was the one making the money, and I was taking care of the kids. So I hadn't heard from any of this stuff for years, like 10 years. My kids are in their mid-30s now. And the state of California somehow just put a garnish order on my paycheck. And it wasn't just any garnish order. I expect to get between $1,000 to $1,200 every 2 weeks. I get paid every 2 weeks. And that covers my rent. I just bought a vehicle. It covers my payments. It covers the payments on the bike, so I can take that. I do that around town and stuff, so I can let the vehicle sit. I've got car insurance, phone, obviously got to eat. I've got medical. And I make about enough just to cover everything okay. Got to be kind of careful on, going out and stuff like that. I don't have a full kitchen in my RV. I just have a microwave, so, I do go out to eat once in a while, but I got to be very careful with that. But I got my check this week, and I got $300. They took like 70% of my check. And I just lost it. I'm looking at like, what is this charge? Where did this go? And so I called corporate. She sent me the order. It's from the state of California. And of course, there's a number on there, like you're going to talk straight to this what looks like it's a judge, but the judge works for the child support. It's not like just some family judge in a courthouse somewhere. It's actually in the child support department. I thought that was interesting, but I've called, and I get this runaround. You can't even get to a person. It's type in this number till I give this your information. Will we put you back to here? And so that's what I've been doing today, because I've got to get to the bottom of this. I drove down into Phoenix, went to the courthouses, went to talking to public defenders and stuff, because I have no money for a lawyer or anything now. And I lost all my paperwork with COVID when that all blew up on the island and stuff. And I'm just trying to recall this stuff and figure it out. But where this sits right now, if they're going to garnish that much money, I have to walk away from my job, because I can't afford to work for $150 a week and not, even pay my bills or have a way to get to work or anything else, because at this point I'm going to lose my vehicle, I'm going to lose the bike, I'm going to pretty much lose everything, and then it's going to ruin my credit on top of that, which I've been working very hard to build my credit lately, and this just really really kicked me in the head, guys. And I'm asking for prayer, and I need way beyond that. I need support. It really blows my mind. I've been just very positive lately, and God's done amazing things. Josie was saying, what an amazing deal I got on the vehicle. I got an amazing finance situation set up for it. I got this electric bike, and let me share with you now, because I haven't shared it yet, but these videos were going to turn into me on the electric bike going out just in the wilderness and stuff. God's really put in my heart to go way out on some trails and stuff, and just start doing stuff and out in His creation, and just going out and worshiping Him and being in a quiet place to hear His voice. And I was like, oh, this is going to be amazing. Thank you, Jesus. And then I go, and everything is just a blessing. Everything goes together, and then in one snap, boom, it just blows up. And I don't understand this stuff. I could get into extreme Bible studies on why this shouldn't be, and then somebody can come back on why it should be. And I'm at a point, I'm pretty much exhausted at this point, and I'm not trying to be a jerk about it or be depressed, but I'm just tired of this. It's been going on for so long, and I love the Lord. He is still God, but this one I don't understand. I'm sleeping here in the van tonight, way too tired to make it all the way back up the hill. I'm about halfway up from Phoenix, and I pulled over at a truck stop, and I was like, I can't keep my eyes open here. But I wanted to do this video for you. I just had a little something to eat. And tell you guys I love you all very much, and I covet your prayers. And, we still have the mighty cause. I can get PayPal links out to you. Venmo, Cash App, I've got them all. I don't know for how long, because going over this paperwork, and I talked to a couple lawyer friends of mine. They go, California's brutal. They says technically what they're doing is illegal, because the statute of limitations is 10 years after they turn 18. Well, they're in their mid-30s now, so they got that going on. The other thing they got going on is I never got served. I've never heard from them. I've never gotten any kind of correspondence or dealing with them. I got a letter back some time ago that had some crazy amount. It was kind of like, you have to pay this right now. And everyone I showed it to said, that's not right. It's like fraudulent. So I replied to that letter with my case number and stuff that I still had back when I went through the whole divorce thing and all that stuff. And I thought, oh, okay, well, if it wasn't fraudulent, then they got that. They looked it up and it went away. And if it was, they didn't get any information but a case number, and have fun with that. And then just off the wall, boom, here we go. So crazy stuff, very crazy stuff. Don't know what I'm doing moving forward. Don't know what this is going to look like. I could get all upset. I could get all scared, but I'm just too tired to do either of those. I'm going to continue to trust the Lord. That's all I can do, even if it leads me on the streets. And it very well might be where this ends up. And I don't know why God would want to put me on the streets. I've worked on the streets. I've had no issue with going on the streets when He calls me to go do it. But I literally feel like I get punished for following the Lord. And it's wild stuff. It's pretty wild stuff. I wish I could say more about it, but it's very clear who the Lord is, and I still love every one of you. So if this is attack, boy, it is attack. I sure seem to get a lot of it, and I don't understand. God is our protector, so I don't know. I don't know if people just aren't praying for me, or they're praying against me, praying me down. I do know, and I hate going here. God's original plan was me doing full-time ministry, and I got let down. There was like no support. There was a little, and I can't say none, because there's a few people that gave an awful lot, more than they should have. But overall, when you look at the whole thing, there was nowhere near anything close to make it happen. And some of the people who promised the most gave nothing. People who had nothing gave everything they had. And God sustained me, but it was very rough, and it just didn't work. So I went out and took a job. Now, you might recall the last job I had. I worked so hard, I did so much walking, I couldn't walk. It took out my feet, literally. My days off, I would spend just sitting and rubbing. I had this massager thing I'd use on my feet so I could walk for the next day and go to work. Now I finally got a job. It doesn't pay very good, but I get along with everyone there pretty good. It's easy for me. I sit at a computer most of the day. It's got its challenges, its struggles, it's got problems too, but I can do it. I can do it, and it's, we're getting through it. Just an awful lot of stuff had already hit me before this came. I went and got some new glasses, and they don't work right, so I'm still trying to figure that out. Still got these old ones. Still work better than the new ones I got. And I got the e-bike, and it's got issues with the motor controller, trying to figure that out. And I had to set all that aside because I got to go deal with this, because right now I should have $1,000, and I got 300. And of course, again, my brother comes out, my Mexican, my half brother, a guy who doesn't have a bunch of money to be given out, but he's the first one to hear, I'll help you out. I'll give you enough for gas. You can go to Phoenix and stuff. I don't know. It blows my mind. It blows my mind, and I really don't know what else to say about this. So I think I've said all I need to say. I do love you all, and I know I get hard on people sometimes, but man, we got to wake up. We got to wake up. Things are pretty crazy out there right now, and actually, as I was in Phoenix, I met several people that ended up, 3 of them at the same time, kind of going off to the side inside this big office building and sitting down and talk to them just about things they're going through and how Jesus is involved and loves them and wants to take care of them. And it's almost bizarre because I do that, and then I sit here and I got to remind myself that, because it gets hard. It gets hard, especially with this stuff, because man, it's been going a long time for me. It's been going a long time. I love y'all guys, I do. And I've got the Mighty Cause. We've got the website, agapeonthestreets.com. If you've got my information, get a hold of me. There's information on the website so you can get a hold of me. Best place is Telegram. I don't check that text hardly at all. I'm just too overwhelmed right now. But I love every single one of you. God bless you. Bye-bye now.